Cody Rhodes won't finish his story at WrestleMania 40. Seth Rollins has revealed his WWE return plans, and more Royal Rumble surprises have been revealed. Stay tuned for the news. Big story coming out via Sports Illustrated yesterday regarding multiple WrestleMania matches, all the WrestleMania plans. A few surprises in here.
Yes, so Justin Barrasso of Sports Illustrated wrote, multiple sources close to WWE head of creative Paul Triple H Levesque have indicated that Rhodes will not headline this year's event, nor will he finish the story at WrestleMania. But there is still a new chapter to write with a marquee matchup to be had against one C. Montgomery Punk. Now, after a month of speculation that CM Punk would challenge World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, a new plan is in place for Seth Rollins, however, that being Gunther. Now, Sports Illustrated Justin Barrasso went on to say that Gunther is the favourite to win the Rumble and then dethrone Rollins on the first night of WrestleMania. And perhaps within the company at the moment, I would say that, you know, a lot of people online, and especially some of us within the office as well, have thought that CM Punk is the favourite to win the Rumble. The bookies definitely say so, at least anyway.
It's really interesting that he's put that Gunther is the favourite to win the Rumble.
Yes.
Because it does sort of read like a bit of an opinion piece, doesn't it?
It's weird because that's what we were thinking, is we were reading it yesterday. It sounds as though it's being written as matter of factual. However, at the same time, it does, as you say, sound a bit like an opinion piece as well.
Tough to get your head around. It reads like you're saying he's the favourite. Gunther is the favourite within WWE to win the Rumble. If you look at the bookies right now, you look at the betting odds, CM Punk is still the favourite to win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So I can't quite get my head around this. Okay, with regards to the matches, I'd be disappointed if we don't get CM Punk versus Seth Rollins.
Me too.
Because we've been building to that, and it's based off real life animosity. And I think it's the way that they should go, which isn't to say, though, that Gunther doesn't deserve that. And that's a match that I'd love to see. Gunther triumphing, even walking in as IC champion.
Yeah.
Like, there aren't many people that I'd be up for holding multiple belts. We've seen a lot of it in WWE.
It's like the Ultimate Warrior Hulk Hogan thing, right, as well? Why not mirror that in some sort of way too? I think that would be a tremendous thing to do, and Gunther looked even more of just like this dominant champion going into a world championship match with the IC title as well. That makes it also feel more prestigious too, I feel like.
It worries me then that he would drop the title afterwards. He would relinquish the title after this historic reign and not put over a Dragunov or a Pete Dunne or someone like that. I think that might be a bit of a waste, but who's to say he'd do that? It does worry me that we're going to get into the position where we've got two titles around the waist or the shoulders.
Yeah,
of
I
one
don't
man.
know. Yeah, you're right. Again, sort of leaning into Gunther's character though. He is a heel, but he's also like, he's got a bit of respect for the mat and everything. And I feel like maybe if he did win the world title, he might relinquish the IC championship. But then again, at the same time, yeah, you would sort of want someone to be put over and feel like the next big thing for that.
Yeah, I think it's a waste for him not to drop it to somebody and make somebody, because he's made the IC title feel like such a big deal.
Yes.
With regards to Cody, how do you feel about Cody not finishing the story, not having that big WrestleMania win?
Strange.
Yeah.
I think I thought this last year as well. I think all of us did. We thought it was the right time for it to end.
I still do think it was the right time for it to
Yeah, well,
end.
especially now with the hindsight of the following year. Obviously, we had Jay breaking off from the bloodline and doing his own stuff on Raw, which has been tremendous to see. However, I feel like the bloodline storyline has been a little bit stagnant at the moment, with sort of, you know, exception to The Rock obviously coming out and being like, who should be the head of the table kind of thing, to add a little bit in there. But it's not really doing it for me anymore. We get Roman, like maybe 4 or 5 times a year wrestling, if that, and it doesn't feel like it's progressing anything significant.
This 4-way coming up at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
The match will be good and
Yeah,
everything,
of course it
right?
will.
But I couldn't give a toss because it's a foregone conclusion,
what's
isn't it?
gonna happen,
Roman's
yeah.
going to win. There's probably going to be bloodline interference. There's probably going to be a ref bump.
Yeah.
It's the same thing every time, and I'm a little bit tired of it now. If we get Rock versus Roman, it's going to sell a huge number of pay-per-views.
Yeah, of course.
They should do it if they've got the opportunity to do it. It's such a big match. that they should do Rock versus Roman. I think they'd be foolish not to, and it leaves Cody in a bit of an awkward position. The one really great thing is fans are so invested in Cody not just winning the WWE title, but finishing the story. I know it's the same thing. But they've branded it so well.
Yeah, of course.
So I can understand, because they've got that. Fans are like so into the idea of him finishing the story. I can understand them wanting to drag that out. I can understand them making, not doing that straight away, because I think also it's been a benefit for Cody because it's stopped fans really turning on him, because fans are so invested in Cody finishing that story that I reckon there's a chance that if that wasn't part of it, maybe fans would have tired of Cody and they would have turned on him because he's a baby face and he's pushed by the company and all that. So I thought that was going to happen. I'm really glad to be proven wrong on that, but I thought that was going to happen and it hasn't. Interesting update from WrestleVotes, though, offering an update on this report. So just to go over it, the 3 Mania matches planned right now, according to the Sports Illustrated report: Cody versus Punk, Seth versus Gunther, Roman versus The Rock. WrestleVotes offering an update regarding the Sports Illustrated WrestleMania 40 report, and after speaking to a few of his own contacts, he believes the following: those 3 matches could absolutely happen in Philadelphia. However, the set-in-stone nature of the article is a little naive, I've been told. Source also relayed that WWE is not happy with the report in general, especially labeling it as sources close to Triple H, as if he would be so open with that type of specific information. So take it with a dump load of salt.
Dump load of salt, yes.
We will see. It took me by surprise yesterday, that
me
report,
too.
but it's not set in stone. But it's from a reputable source, Sports Illustrated. Moving on, Seth Rollins expected to be in action at WrestleMania. He hasn't dropped the World Heavyweight title, and he's been chatting away with Daniel Cormier on the DC and RC show. What's he been saying?
He said, WrestleMania is the big thing.
Correct.
That's the one. You want to do everything you can to get ready for that show. That said, rehab is going to be a pain. Dodged a bullet. The ACL is intact. The MCL will heal with time. We'll get in there. We'll do some stuff. We'll check out the PRP and do some rehab. I'm hoping to be back at full strength around a month. Around a month is my timeline. We'll see what happens. We're going to take it day to day. I don't want to walk into WrestleMania and that be my first match in 2 or 3 months. That's not going to be good for me. I want to be able to get back in there, test the wheel out, and make sure we're in a good place. We'll see how it goes. I'm taking it day by day, and I'm happy we dodged a bullet, and it wasn't anything too serious that was going to put me on the shelf for 6 to 9 months.
Just great to hear.
My good, I feel like, the whole stuff with Charlotte Flair going into rehab as well after like such a horrible injury, it feels like it's like boosted other people to be like, let's get straight back in there and just like start rehabbing as fast as possible.
Yeah. It's just such a massive relief to hear that, because it could have put him out for 6 to 9 months. It could have taken him out of WrestleMania, and he's speaking as if he's 100% for WrestleMania in his mind anyway. Yeah, anything can go wrong. Fingers crossed it doesn't.
Course.
But also we're probably going to see him sooner than that as well. Maybe just the way that he's speaking there. Could we get him at Elimination Chamber?
Maybe,
possibly.
Maybe just to make sure. Yeah, exactly. I think it's just a testament to how Seth Rollins views his work ethic as well. He just wants to get back in there, defend that title as fast as possible, and sort of be in ring shape at least for the big one for WrestleMania, as you would want to be as well,
What a guy.
What a guy.
What a guy. Major AEW title match set for a future Dynamite. Sting, who is retiring in a couple of months, could become a champion in the final few months of his career. Last night on Dynamite, Darby Allin pointed out that Sting and himself were undefeated as a tag team, and that puts them in line for an AEW title match. Sting said he was all in, and later that night, Ricky Starks and Big Bill accepted the challenge. It's going to take place on Dynamite in a couple of weeks' time. Obviously, Sting's final match reportedly set to be in March at Revolution against the newly renamed Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, the middle-aged Bucks. It took me as a surprise, by surprise rather, this one. I could see them doing it for the gold. I could see Sting and Darby beating them. And I don't think you want to give, ahead of Sting's final match, I don't think you want to give them a loss. So I think they'd win. I mean, you can get around it. I think they'll
win. Yeah, I think they'll definitely win. Whether Sting wins his final match with Darby against the Young Bucks or not at Revolution for, I assume, the championships. I'm not sure, unless, maybe Matthew and Nicholas take the belts from them before then and give Sting one loss on his AEW record so far. I don't know, but you'd want to keep it clean, wouldn't you? Maybe
one tag loss. Yeah, I don't know. I think they'll beat. I think they'll beat the champs.
Yeah.
I think they'll walk in as champions, and I think they'll drop the belt.
Yeah, I think probably as well.
Because the Bucks have so much heat right now.
They do.
And then afterwards, just a hug and a handshake from Darby.
Yeah.
Job done. I wasn't expecting that to be the match. I really
Me
did think.
neither.
I'm a bit disappointed, actually, that we're not getting the mentor-student Sting versus Darby match.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us were as well, but then Sting has sort of said that he's not sort of wanting anything like that. He wants to keep it within sort of the tag team stuff. He requested, I believe, that it would be the Young Bucks.
Oh, yeah, it's his choice. Totally.
Yeah, exactly. And that's it. And yeah, I think sort of from a selfish perspective for us as wrestling fans, we do want to see the Darby and Sting thing. But as long as he's happy, like, just go for it, lads. Go for
Listen, I've given 35 years of my life to this sport.
Yes.
I should be able to choose what
it.
Sting's
You can
final match
choose
is.
what Sting's final match is, of
Just a
course.
few more little bits about the Rumble from PW Insider. 3 more names have come up in conversation ahead of this Saturday's pay-per-view premium live event. Sonya Deville, who's been on the tail end of recovering from her ACL surgery and has been at the Performance Center, is expected to be at the Rumble this Saturday. They've also been asked a lot about Alexa Bliss. Not heard any rumblings of her appearing, but she lives in Florida, so it'd be real easy to sneak her in at the last second if they chose. And finally, they've been asked about Jade Cargill. She is expected to be at the pay-per-view. She's been regularly working out at the Performance Center. That doesn't necessarily mean that she's going to be on screen. Mm-hmm. She's been backstage for heaps of WWE pay-per-views, both on screen and behind the scenes. So it's not a huge surprise to hear that she'll be there. Do you reckon she'll show her face?
I feel like a Rumble would be a good time to do so and demonstrate the potential that she has as well. Especially since she's been at the PC and Triple H has said they're sort of keeping her, working and training just to make sure she can reach that potential that maybe she didn't necessarily get to reach beforehand. Mm-hmm. To make sure that she's ready for, I guess, big things. They definitely see big things in her future, I think. And I reckon a Rumble debut and her just absolutely tearing through everybody would be a really good showing for her. It doesn't hurt her, I guess, if someone more experienced, Becky Lynch or Bayley or someone like that eliminates her. Or maybe it takes a few of them to do so. But I think this is a good opportunity to showcase what she can do going forward.
I think if she doesn't win and she's good to go for Mania, I think whoever eliminates her should be her Mania opponent.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think it should be for a title.
Yeah.
I honestly think that Jade's debut match outside of the Rumble should be
big
for a belt. I think they just need to make they're already making a massive deal about it. I think it needs to be as big as it can get.
It's really difficult though, isn't it? Because a lot of sort of the thing seems to be that it's perhaps going to be Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship and Bayley and Io for the WWE Women's Championship too. So it's a hard one to maybe slot her into that picture. Things can change though. There's a decent amount of time between now and WrestleMania.
Things can change.
Yeah.
She'll end up wrestling Gunther.
She will.
Right. That is it from us. We'll be making our predictions. Oh, you've got me doubting my predictions now. We're about to film them. In about 20 minutes time, we'll be filming predictions. They're going up on the channel at about 2 this afternoon. So keep an eye out for those. We've got a fun little game that we're playing in there as well. We're making it even more exciting. Anything can happen in the Cultaholic Wrestling Federation. Pictures are on the channel now. Stay tuned. Loads more Rumble content coming. And we'll see you for the live stream on Saturday as well, or early Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Cannot bloody wait.
So excited. It's like just Christmas.
It is like Christmas, isn't it? We just had Christmas as well. We've got another one. Right. See you in a bit. Take care. Have a good day.